Welcome everyone to today's Global Green Growth Week session, Bridging the Skills Gaps Through Technical Education and Green Technologies in Southeast Asia. My name is Diana Alejandra Quesada. I'm a senior officer from the Global Green Growth Institute, and I will be the moderator for today's session. So today's session, we would like to emphasize the importance of closing the green skills gaps through technical education and green technologies as a way to accelerate the green transition in South Asia. In today's session, we will introduce the concepts of green skills and green occupations, and we will emphasize the importance of the collaboration between the private and the public sector in order to close the green skills gaps. We will showcase successful examples of the implementation of education initiatives and the deployment of green technologies in order to close these green skill gaps in Pakistan and Nepal. And we will highlight how green technology development efforts in certain countries can actually achieve the climate goals in both countries, Pakistan and Nepal. So today we have two speakers. Our first speaker is Ms. Saima Abbas. She is an education officer from the National Curriculum Council in Islamabad. Saima has been a driving force in the technical and vocational and educational training sector, actively contributing to initiatives aimed at incorporating green skills into the education sector. As part of her commitment, she played a pivotal role in the Green Tibet Teachers Qualification Workshop for the institutional transformation of the Tibet sector in Pakistan. And she serves as an expert on a committee focusing on green skills into teacher training for technical and vocational education. Our second speaker of today is Mr. Sushil Raj. He is a program manager from Belthunder Hilfe, and she has plenty of experience in the agricultural sector, over 15 years of work experience in non-governmental institutions in the agricultural sector. And currently, he is managing a Green Tibet program in Nepal that promotes green curriculum and enterprise development. So with that very brief introduction of today's topic, I would like to pass on the word to Ms. Saima Abbas.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today. One of the important topic to discuss, or important topic which need to be discussed, bridging the green gap through technical education. In next few minutes, we will explore the important role of Tibet in nourishing green skill during driving economic restructuring and fostering a sustainable, eco-friendly workforce in Pakistan, specifically in Pakistan. Let me first share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. Today, I will talk about the bridging green skills gaps through technical education. But before that, let's begin by understanding what is actually green skill is. Green skills refers to the ability required to mitigate environmental impacts and facilitate economic restructuring, aiming to achieve cleaner, more climate-resistant and efficient economies. These skills are very important for preserving environmental sustainability and ensuring decent working conditions. If we particularly talk about in Asia, green paradigm is emerging in Asia. Embracing this paradigm is crucial achieving sustainability Its growing significance is having a major impact on businesses, industries, and society as a whole. Um, uh, Preparing a future workforce for upcoming green economy pose a challenging task, or especially for Asian countries. And if we talk about Tibet, then it's highly challenging. According to Asian Business Council, it is predicted that um, almost 10 million worldwide jobs will be created by the end of 2030. And it is estimated that Asia alone could have 50 million green jobs, and many positions in the existing industry may require green job. Keeping in view this, I think technical education is an instrumental in preparing the future workforce for greening economy. They will play a crucial role in supporting green economy, restructuring and addressing environmental challenges through skills development. Moreover, TVET is essential in enhancing the green economy and in green economies and companies. It is thorough education and training that we can cultivate the necessary skills for a sustainable workforce. Among these four, generic green skills are particularly important as they are indispensable for all the occupation, ensuring environmental friendly workplace practices. If we particularly talk about Pakistan, in Pakistan, the TVET sector support program and the National Vocational Training Commission, which is working here in national level in Pakistan for technical education, in collaboration with the stakeholder, have undertaken numerous initiatives to green TVETs, such as developing or adopting a framework for green agenda in TVET. The primary objective of these frameworks is to equip with necessary skills that significantly contribute to the shift toward green TVET. By doing this, we are not only addressing the demand for green skills in various occupations, but also ensuring a sustainable and environmental friendly workforce. Let's discuss a little about this framework. Here is that this framework which we are right now adopting. It is based, this framework is to introduce and implement sustainable green practices in TVET sector. This framework is based on four important components, or you can say four important pillars. The first important component is in which we are supporting support policy intervention and sustainable dialogue. It actually consists of that upgrading an existing frameworks, manuals, or procedure to support the green transformation. Then the second important component which we are working on, develop our localized green tools and qualification, upgrading existing and developing new national vocation qualification, and introducing new green tools. This third important component in which we are working is capacity building of trainer and quality insurance. In this, we are working on training of TVET practitioners to implement green skills in their institutions and how to build the green skills in their students. Last, but the most important one, support green TVET implementation and procedure. And this we actually focusing on greening of TVET institutes and greening of TVET delivery leading to employment. Major aim of this framework was to promote a green culture to implement sustainable best practices. This framework is actually focusing on these 4 to 5 sustainable goals, sustainable SDG 4, 12, 7, 13, 8, and 6 particularly. Let me discuss let me show you the next slide. Okay, here is the aim of this framework. The framework of Green Tibet agenda is to introduce or implement green practices for supporting Green Tibet transition in Pakistan at following three levels. Micro level, we are supporting policy interventions and procedure through sustainable dialogue. Then we are meso level, we are developing and localizing green tools and qualification for green job, which includes digital jobs, capacity building and insurance of Tibet personnel. And lastly, at macro level, we are focusing on Green Tibet implementation, covering greening of institute. Let's now discuss recent initiatives which we in Pakistan we have taken in Pakistan by a previous implementation framework, the TV Sector Support Program and the National Vocational Training Commission, in consultation with the different stakeholders, which include academia, researcher, industry, and provincial technical and vocational training authorities, initiate the development of teacher training of trainers, qualification for all the TVET practitioner in Pakistan. This is one of the recent initiatives we take it at national level. This initiative cater to individuals with diverse level of responsibility and aim to contribute significantly to shift toward Green Tibet. Okay, here is a little bit description of this qualification framework, national qualification, sorry. The national qualification for Green Tibet trainer aims to train Tibet practitioner in Pakistan with diverse level of responsibility, as I earlier mentioned, guiding them toward Green Tibet. The specific objective of these qualifications include equipping a trainee with globally required green skills, then empowering trainees to adopt green practices in their institutions and communities. Lastly, motivating trainees to actively participate in implementation of Green Tibet. This framework, this qualification was based on 5 important modules. The first one, module A, comprised the concept of Green Tibet. Then second, module B, which is focusing on how to perform green academic activities. Then module C, which focusing on organizing green drive. Then module D, managing how to manage waste management. It's focused on waste management. Then lastly, energy conservation. These are some of the modules in which we are focusing in this qualification. Yes. Okay, I just also want to highlight that in Pakistan, we are not only just focusing on Tibet Institute, we are also in consultation with industry too. Recently, a collaboration between Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development and the Federal Ministry of Education took place in Pakistan, aimed at empowering youth and building a sustainable future. Leaders from various sectors include IT, textile, printing, agriculture, energy, hospitality, and tourism joined force to create a roadmap for eco-friendly skills development. This collaboration actually ensures the trainer and assessor to receive a right training and to identify the necessary equipment which need to be available in Tibet Institute for fostering a comprehensive approach towards sustainable education and skills development. One another initiative which I wanted to share with you in recently, we are working here in Pakistan on introducing technical education in formal school system, in which we are working on green education, green curriculum. The concept of green curriculum revolve around ensuring that students are equipped to tackle the challenges of 21st century, including global warming and climate change, which pose the most serious threat ever faced by humanity, social inequalities, unsustainable lifestyle, and the urgent need to transition to a renewable energy-based economy. National Curriculum Council is now also beginning the work on developing a green curriculum at metric and inter level, reflecting a significant step toward fostering sustainability among students. Among that, some other various initiative, numerous initiative which is taken, which is going on in Pakistan, is in Pakistan our first accreditation of technical education. We have linked that greening component with the accreditation of technical education, with a particularly emphasis on integrating green practices. Additionally, Pakistan is planning to develop green campuses, which will serve as a model for other institutions. These campuses will provide sustainable practices, providing inspiration for the broader integration of greening initiative in school settings, which will help the other institution as well to adopt. So these are some of the initiatives which we are taking in Pakistan for greening TVET. This is all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Saima. Thanks for this insightful presentation. It was very interesting to see the framework you are using to basically implement green practices and advancing green TVET in Pakistan. Certainly, all the elements of this framework are very important, supporting policy interventions, developing green qualifications, developing capacity building, and of course, support green TVET implementation. It's quite useful, and I believe other countries can actually implement this or a similar framework as well. It was also really interesting to see the efforts of basically training the trainers and training the TVET personnel, because in most occasions we speak about the beneficiaries of the green skills TVET trainings, but we never speak about who provides these technical capacities, and they also need to be trained, and they need to basically understand what are green skills and how they can be developed better. The national qualification for green TVET, it's also a very good example, and the developing of the roadmap for eco-friendly skills development, I believe it's something that other developing countries are also working to develop, and it's nice to see that Pakistan has already one step ahead on this. So now I would like to pass on the word to our second speaker. I believe we will see now the perspective from international organizations and not the perspective from the government, to see other examples, and we will deep dive into the examples of Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, and greetings all. Before I share my presentation, I would like to say something about my organization. World Hilfe is one of the biggest organizations in Germany. We are based in Bonn, and my presentation is actually based on one of the studies we have carried out under Skill Up program, which is being implemented globally in 12 countries. Having said this, let me share my Is it visible? Diana, can you?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, then in 12 countries, including Nepal, we are trying our best to green the curricula, Tibet curricula, and also the enterprises. So we wanted to map out, particularly in India and Nepal, what are the potential sectors that contribute to the GDP of India and Nepal, particularly Nepal, but what are the technology actually are coming from India and Nepal that supports the greening industry. So this it was a very recent study. Last month we received the report from the consulting firm. The scope of the study was to map out the possibility and options in greening the most promising industry trades in Nepal. So now I will follow this report. I didn't prepare the PowerPoint first because I'm in the middle of the vacation. Second, I wanted to go through the chronology of the study. So it's let me quickly go. How much time do I have, Diana? Maybe quickly.
Around 20 to 25 minutes.
Thank you. So let me quickly browse to the methodology. First, before methodology, the consulting firm, they reviewed the secondary data, they interviewed the key stakeholder, they interviewed the supply side, demand side, the policy makers who are creating enabling environment for the green sector. So, and after all the scoping and with some weightage, these are the sectors we have found most promising that would have actually promoted, that should be promoted in the sector of green economy. The first one is, it is based on the priority, and the first one is the agriculture, forestry, and the land use. So now I go to the second okay, within this agriculture and forestry sector, we quickly mapped out the process, the value chain, how it looked like in Nepal and also in India, particularly northern part of India, and also in energy sector and infrastructure sector. What is the process of value chain, and in the tourism, because these are the sector we are now considering to work on in future. So it will lead to the program design, second phase program design, and the implementation. So Nepal is a landlocked country, so there are scope of small and medium enterprises, but not really the big the industries, manufacturing industries, because of the transportation issue. And give me a second. Yeah, we also quickly wanted to map out the policy around green Tibet and green economy policy that can be the entry point for organization like us, and policy that can be reviewed and like improved, and policy that could be implemented properly. So we also quickly wanted to have a landscape of the policy scenario in Nepal, and these are some of the policy under the radar, and these will be considered now in future to support. Either we support in the implementation or in adaptation, or basically in adaptation and implementation here. So if you see the sectoral mapping within the agricultural livestock, there are the subsectors or the scope which should be prioritized. So like irrigation is one of the subsectors within agriculture that should be prioritized for green economy support. And there are lots of solar or the renewable energy based technology that can be used for the irrigation purpose in country. I will show some of the innovation going on in Asia. So we quickly wanted to capture what are the subsectors. My presentation is more very much specific because SIAMA presented broadly what are the scenario in the Asia in terms of the framework, the greening debate framework. My presentation is very specific what we can do in the field very specifically here. So we quickly also map out the social solutions around those sectors here. And you see here, this is the finding of the study in northern part of India and also Nepal. Some of the technologies are in R&D stage, research and development stage. We call it pilot stage. Some of the technology that could be used for these 5 sectors, selected sectors, most promising sectors, which are in early stage, means it has been already launched in the market, but it has not gone like in the large scale. So it has not been well taken by the consumer or the entrepreneur, but it has been already launched, and there are some technologies that has been proven very successful, and now it is in the already doing very good and contributing to the green enterprise of green economy. Some of the pilot, for example, the technology are like a solar butter churner and solar powered egg incubator. These are in the R&D stage, and you can see it's like a micro cold storage. It is being now widely practiced even in Nepal. There are many agencies now because in the big cold storage. Nepal is a very diverse country, and you need many number of cold storage. One cold storage because will not actually be sufficient big cold storage because of the transportation issue, because also the farmers are not that much commercial. They are the small farmers, so we need small scale cold storage, and this has been quite well actually working quite well. And Weltung will be in collaboration with the University of California, Davis. We are also supporting this micro cold storage already in the country. That is for fruit and vegetable. And you see here some of the organization. We wanted to also map out the stakeholders, private sector, government, and from the civil society or the social enterprise. What Diana was just mentioning before, we need to have actually the landscape of all 3 sectors who are doing what. So here we quickly map out the stakeholders who could be also the investors, because in green technology, green enterprises, or green economy, we need the investors, because there is a cost and benefits ratio, and we need the investor who believe on this green investment. So who could be them, and who are the agency currently doing? So we quickly wanted to mapped out those stakeholders. For example, in the residue, this SNB Nepal is a Netherlands Development Organization. This is like non-governmental organization, non-profit making organization. They are supporting biogas root energy. Sorry, grassroots energy. And now I go to my. So these are the stakeholders, and so these are the relevancy we wanted to check, and I want to go here. So what are because we know in Nepal, particularly in Nepal, agriculture and forestry, energy and infrastructure, and tourism are the most promising sectors when it comes to the greening enterprise, greening economy of Nepal through greening the skill or the curriculum. So what actually are the impact of those 3 sectors in Nepalese economy? In terms of the carbon emission, the agriculture is very low after we implement this green technology in agriculture sector. Currently, it is even low because we don't follow, or Nepalese farmers, they don't follow the commercial agriculture or the monocropping. Even they don't use significant amount of chemical pesticide. They do, but not that much in the developed country. So currently is low. Even after the this technology transformation, it will be the low. But in energy and the infrastructure, you see it is medium, but after the this technology transformation, it will be low. So the focus might be in future energy and infrastructure. Tourism currently low, even after the technology transformation, it would be low. And one of the social inclusive after the technology transformation, it will be more socially inclusive, social friendly, because it will be like a gender friendly, or it will include, the technology will include, it is not it won't be the big technology, so it will be the handy human friendly technology, so the more marginalized people can also join or can run or can use those technology. So socially, it will be very high after we introduce those technology. And tourism also, we have little bit predicted what would be the scenario in terms of the resource efficiency in three sectors. So my next some of the particular area of the intervention that actually we wanted to have in this study, because that will go to the program design for the next phase. But of course, there will be lots of consultation before we finalize the particular area of intervention. So now I will not go to the market potential. Some of the there are some of the examples we do have, and I want to show you those examples and photographs. Give me a second, little bit. My apology for not making it very professional. So quickly. Okay, no, this is not that much important. Okay, it's coming. Okay, these are some of the technology, the photographs I want to show you. Here you see grain huller. It is main. I think it no. It is yes. It is being manufactured in India. It has been recently introduced to Nepal. Like solar power micro cold storage is also the mobile. This can be transported from one place to another. And this is the silk reeling machine. This is totally powered by the battery. And battery can be recharged from solar. And these are the solar pump for irrigation. So these are some of the technology we are considering to promote, which will ultimately contribute to those selected subsector or the sectors contributing Nepalese GDP. Like agriculture sector, it contributes about 25% to the GDP, and tourism sector also contributes something like a 20%. So if we manage to green those agriculture and tourism sectors, it will be good achievement in terms of reducing carbon footprint and all those things. Yeah. So, and these are some of the technologies I want to show. Some are actually in R&D stage, some are in already mainstream stage. So, and these are mostly designed and manufactured in India. Nepal, we don't have that much actually the industrialized or the company, or we don't have this manufacturing company. So it's mostly being manufactured in India. And you see the biomass pellets here, and this biomass pellet can be made from any organic materials. Yeah. And there are some suggestions from the consultative on what should be done in the transportation sector, but this is all about the AI led transportation system, so automatic system. But I don't think it's in Nepal we are going to forward it here. So yeah, there are other some like solar power egg incubator, because then we can promote this in the rural area where no electricity in Nepal, also in India, or say small entrepreneurs or small and medium entrepreneurs with this type of incubator here. And also some freezer, and also there are some churner, all powered by the sun here. And yeah, these are the some technology I wanted to share with you, and let's see what we could actually do in next phase. And next phase will run from 2024 to 2029, and we are hoping actually with this study, finding of this study, our the intervention will be more relevant and effective in the country. Thank you. Over to Diana.
Thank you, Sushil. It was very interesting to see this global approach to basically mapping the possibilities and options to greening industry traits and occupations, and how you basically identify the sectors with the most potential to be green, and yeah, basically to implement these new green technologies. How
Maybe
you map.
I correct little bit, Diana. Actually, most potentials are the sectors that are contributing to the GDP of Nepal, and we are aiming to bring those most potential, like like a Nepal have $20 billion, and these five the sectors are contributing like a 15 billion. So we have to green these most potential, most promising sectors. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was also interesting to see the potential after the implementation of the intervention. And we see that all these selected sectors have the most impact on social development. And we can see the creation of jobs and the improvement of welfare in general. And how basically you assess the value chain of all these individual sectors to look into occupations, and then looked into specific technologies that could be related. And very important, you look into stakeholders that can actually help implement and finance the implementation of these solutions. So I would like to open the floor to all the attendees in case they have any questions for our panelists. Feel free to add your questions or share it. You can either speak up or write it down. So in the meantime, I have some questions for our panelists already. So in the case of Saima, you talk about how Pakistan developed all these roadmaps for green skills and so on. Could you tell us a little bit about the process that the ministry is following to identify green skills in each of the specific sectors, and how they are matching these green skills with the specific occupations? And as Sushil was talking about, how we link them with the specific technologies. Thank you.
Okay, Diana, your question. Let me, as I earlier mentioned that we are in the initial stages in incorporation of green skills in the TVET sector. We, with the collaboration of GIZ, have started this journey, and with their support, we have started identifying the greening skills, occupations, and how to incorporate in our qualification framework. We started from our research, in which we have identified in to what extent we have already implemented, or to what extent it is incorporated in our teacher training. Then after that, we have start our work on identify the gaps, and then fill that gaps through our these framework, that framework which I have shared. This is what we have taken till now. And now in future, we are planning to incorporate these skills, how to incorporate these skills in different institutions. Now we are working on these area, and in hopefully in future, we will share in detail about that too.
Thank you. And a follow-up question, do you have any targets, or the government of Pakistan has established any targets in the sense of number of people you would like to train in specific sectors, or yeah?
Yes. Diana, as I mentioned in my presentation too, that we have starting working on greening campuses, right? Same, this is at institutional level that we are working. We are right now working on 40 campuses to green them, right? It will be like a model for all other schools. Same, we are right now working on almost 8 to 10 trades industries which are working with us, and we are giving training to their trainers to how to incorporate green skills in different in your industry. After this pilot, we will definitely go beyond and target the other industry has searched, identified. There is so much we need to right now. We need to target. We will, but initially we are right now focusing on 10 industries.
Great. We have a question for Sushil. So you presented a couple of technologies that are the most likely to be implemented or deployed in the following years. Did you make any assessments of not only the technical readiness of the technologies, but the capacity of the people to actually implement these technologies and scale up their use?
Not yet. The idea is first we scope out with the support from the expert consulting firm. That has been done. Now the second step is now we'll have the value chain workshop and the key informant interview with selected the key like the implementer in the country. And to do that, we now present the findings and whether they are ready to take it up or not, and maybe they will just take it up only few, not all. So that process has just begun, because we take normally 4 or 5 months to prepare to design the project, and that technology will be only finalized after we finish the workshop, value chain workshop, or those promising the sectors. That has not been done, and only after that we will know what are the technology we are going to promote, and based on that then what are the value chain actually will be prioritizing. That will be also finalized, and who are the stakeholders will be closely working, and that will be also finalized, and then what are the curriculums that need to be adapted. Till now we have only supported 4 curriculums to make it more green. Like we have introduced this organic mushroom. This is a 3-month curriculum, 3-month course. This is like a 268 hours, something like that. And it has been done in close collaboration with the government, because all the curriculum is accredited and endorsed by the government. There is an apex body called Council of Technical and Vocational Education, and we are working with them. So that will also come after the value chain assessment. First, we'll pinpoint the technology that will be actually integrated in the value chain in Nepal together with the stakeholder, and after that we need to ensure the skills available in the country. For that, we will be working with the Council of Technical and Vocational Education to adapt the curriculum, and then those skills will be offered to the youth here. That is the plan we have here.
Thank you.
And that's the SIMA is actually presented. No, so we need this curriculum development is a very comprehensive process, and it takes in Nepal at least like 3 to 4 months. I don't know how much it takes in India, sorry, in Pakistan, but Nepal it takes, if we want to adapt a certain curriculum, it takes 3 to 4 months, and it's really very comprehensive process here. Thank you.
Okay. And a follow-up question to that. So you mentioned you are working closely with TVET providers in order to develop these curriculums and provide the training necessary. So once the people are trained, is there any plan to ensure the creation of jobs or to promote the creation of jobs and basically link this gap between job demand and supply?
Exactly. Thanks for this question. No, this is we are a German entity, no, and we really don't want to direct intervene in the country. We want to facilitate. So for that, this is a job guarantee. What we are doing is collaborating with the associations, because they are like associations of farmer, they are association of hotel, they are the association of the tourism, and all the company or the business persons are the member of those associations in one of the associations. So this job market is somehow guaranteed or connected by those associations. So our role is to ensure there is appropriate technology that that will green the enterprises or the value chain, and there are appropriate skills available in the market, and to connect those skills to the demand side or to the employer. This association actually will be they are coordinating. We are already working with them, and they will be coordinating even in the future. We are not directly doing that one here. We are doing through the associations. Thank you.
Thank you. And a related question for Saima. So you mentioned that you're working closely with the industrial councils from the different industries, basically to develop the roadmaps for green skills. How tight is the connection between the private sector and all these government efforts in order precisely to ensure that the people that are being trained will have jobs at the end of the training?
Okay, Diana, I want to highlight that while developing our curriculum or while developing our qualification framework, we, from the very scratch, from the very start, we have collaborated with that industry experts, right? We have, they are in our expert team. During qualification, during development of qualification, we they identify what they want, right? Our qualification, our competency standards, our curriculum is totally based on market demand. So I think the collaboration, the connection between the public and private is strong in TVET sector comparatively. If I are talking journal education, it is a strong connection between them, because from a very scratch we have a connection with them. We actually, this sector is a market driven sector. We are focusing on the market demand, and then we develop our qualification frameworks, our curriculum, everything is based. So I think there is a strong connection between them.
Thank you, Saima. We have another question. So all developing countries and developed countries right now are working towards basically supplying a good human capital with green skills that can accelerate the green transition in all the sectors. So for a developing country, how would you recommend, or what is the hardest process to go on? What would be your advice for other developing countries to basically accelerate this process of training and identifying green skills and making the connection with the private sector and the government sector and the education sector and so on?
This question to Saima or
For both of you, I think Saima can provide a perspective from the government side, and Sushil, you can
yeah.
provide a perspective from an international organization and NGO.
So do you want to go first or may I?
You can go, Saima. Nepal always the lady first, yeah.
Diana, sorry, as you said, I think more than what you said, there's so many challenges which we face right now. I want to identify that. I think the implementation, right, which need more time, more energy, comparatively in focusing on policy making or something. I think what I have suggested or what I have recommended other developing country that focus on the implementation side. It is very challenging. Policies are good. Every policy is good, but the implementation side highlight either it's good or not. So I think focus on implementation is highly important, and same, it's a challenging task during all this process which we have faced is the implementation side, which is something which give us such a tough time. So for our developing countries, I think I recommend this to focus on this side.
No,
Thank
okay,
you,
then I take up the things from implementation side. Thanks, Saima. So actually, we have some experiences in Nepal. We work with the private sector because they have to take up, and also the government. We should not forget the government because there is a huge public procurement. I think in each of the countries, even in the development sector, government also procure lots of goods and services. And if they decide to go green procurement, green public procurement of goods and services, then we have already the like a 1/3 of the market secured. Because even there are not technological breakthrough in the green sector, still the cost benefit ratio in the short term, if you see the short term gain, the green enterprises, green economy, green technology, they still lag behind the conventional technology. That's why we have to work with entrepreneurs who believe in the long-term investment, who believes in the broader the impact of their work, not only the very rich business houses. So it becomes very crucial whom you work with actually. Selecting the private sector, selecting your collaborators is very key. So even it's a startup in Nepal, we are totally okay, but we want to work with the entrepreneur who thinks the long term and the sustainability. Because if someone decides to go on the green business or green enterprise, maybe in short run they don't make the margin like others conventional competitor, but in long run they are definitely in the safe side than their conventional competitor. Because we are working in organic agriculture, and there are some tourism entrepreneurs who are actually working on the tourism and the hospitality, and they are taking it up very well because they know if they are connected with the organic agriculture, they will have very sustainable and continuous supply of the high quality the materials or the raw materials, the vegetables or other things. So they are quite okay actually to buy those organic product from the farmers, and in long run they will definitely make a better more benefit than the conventional competitor. So that's the thing actually. Public procurement, we have to also focus not only the private, government is also procuring a lot of the goods and services. And second, we have to find out the entrepreneurs who believe in the long-term investment, rather than the short-term gain here. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are running out of time. On today's session, we touch on a very important topic, which is and a very trending topic in both developed and developing countries, which is developing green skills. And we actually highlighted something that very few countries talk about, training the trainers and identifying a specific technologies for a specific occupations that can be green. And it was very insightful to see successful examples in Pakistan and Nepal. So I would like to thank both of our panelists today. We will hope to hear more about the outcomes of your efforts in the upcoming years. We will be very pending on those. Thank you. With that, I would like to close
you.
today's session.